Hello guys, DJ Bagpuss here and welcome to a brand new series. Today we're going to be looking at the top 5 best remixes ever in a new music series that I like to call DJ Bagpuss Music Moments.
Y'all ready for this?
Now, one area of music that really intrigues me and never ceases to amaze me is remixes, and I spoke about them on the channel before, but I just love remixes. And why is that? Why is remixing so popular in today's modern market of music? Well, I think because of the fact that the catalogue of music is endless and it's really hard to come across a track that is so original and new because everything has been done now, and we've heard so much music that it's really hard to come across something that just blows your mind and thinks, oh my god, that's just absolutely crazy. So what you do now in the modern era of music is that you remix, you remaster, you remake, you remix. It's just like the movie industry. It's all about remaking stuff that's already been in the public consciousness, and people and artists that remix tracks do it for a number of reasons, whether that is to change the style and tone to fit a new genre, or fit a style and tone to accompany a brand new audience, to maybe modernize an old cult classic into something that would be, financially acceptable in the modern music era, or essentially for a cash-in value. There are many different reasons and why people remix tracks on a day-to-day basis, and with that in mind, I'm going to be giving you the top 5 best remixes ever, in my opinion, that are going to be remixed because of the reasons that I've just stated above. Because by you Lord, there is a lot of reasons why people remix tracks.
Oh my God, I feel it in the air, telephone.
Now, Lana Del Rey, Summertime Sadness, a beautiful song, all things considered. It's a chilled out slow song. It's got a consistent tempo, it makes you ponder, keeps you chilled out of a slow, smooth track. But what if I wanted to play this track in a nightclub and get people up on the dance floor? How would I go about doing that? How would I go about changing the style and tone to maybe accompany and suit a brand new genre? Well, maybe if I increased the tempo of the track, rewrote the vocalization, brightened up the instruments and added some additional filters and effects, you may get something that sounds a little bit like this. Reach and Breach uploaded an MP3 of their remix to SoundCloud on February 8, 2012, and it achieved over 1 million plays on SoundCloud. A YouTube channel called Raza Record uploaded the track to YouTube the following day, and the track went viral, obtaining over 15 million views. It is just a perfect example of how a track is remixed to suit a brand new genre, and in this case turning the track into a dance floor filler while keeping the same codes conventions in terms of its meaning to the original track, and it's just mwah. Now, there was a time between 2010 and 2012 when everyone was just obsessed with Florence and the Machine, and Shake It Out is no exception. Personally, my favourite track of Florence and the Machine is this little bad boy.
Run fast for your mother, run fast for your father, run for your children, for your sisters and brothers.
But Shake It Out is a good track nonetheless, and it's your standard uplifting and joyous track. There's a feel of shaking the demons out of your life and soldiering through the tough moments of your life through the power of dance. But what if I wanted to change the style and tone to make the song creepier? Almost to suit a movie, maybe a dystopian society, or to showcase someone in a bad place and searching for some absolution and resolution. Well, how can I change the style and tone? Maybe if I lowered the tempo, added filters and effects to the vocals and instruments, and then add a brand new drum and bass, you may get something that sounds a little bit like this. You may not know this, but The Weeknd, who brought us this cult classic, also remixed tracks, and in 2011 they remixed Shake It Out. And why this remix works so well is it kind of keeps the same feeling that the original track possessed, but it's much more cracked, edgy, darker and stranger, and this would ideally suit a movie. And this is a perfect illustration of how a remix changes the style and tone to maybe suit a whole new audience. It's got that drum and bass feel, it can suit maybe a techno audience, and it is a completely different catalogue and change from the original track, but still is kind of like that half brother and sister that you only see at Christmas and New Year. And Skins fans out there, you may have already got this, and you might be screaming at the computer screen thinking, I've heard that song, it sounds really, really familiar, and you might have already worked it out. But yet, Series 6, Episode 4, Frankie, ring any bells? you can't beat a bit of the Hadley. Like, honestly, this 80s cult classic is perfect in every sense. It captures the very essence of what the 80s was. It's faultless. It can't be a remix to change the style and tone, nor to a new genre. It's already a dance floor filler, and it's perfect. You can't change it. You'll probably sit there thinking, how dare you? How dare you? Try and mock and say that 80s song has to be remixed. Well, it did come out in 1983. We're in 2018 now. That is 35 years later since the original came out. And we can make this track more modern, right? Just by adding a few simple effects and fillers and some adaptations, we can do this. Like, this is the original track.
Nothing left to make me feel small.
Now the remix.
Nothing left to make me feel small.
Original.
Because left me standing so tall.
Remix. Original.
Gold. Always believe in your soul.
Remix.
Gold. Always believe in your soul.
Original. Yeah, you got it. Johnny F and GBX combined with Tony Hadley to remix this track, and it was also the theme of the 2014 Glasgow Commonwealth Games. It's not looking to change the style or tone or try to accompany a brand new genre, far from it. It's just a simple, effective remix to modernise a classic 80s track. It's doing what it says on the tin. It's just looking to modernise a track and make a classic track fit the current climate of modern music, and sometimes the most simplest things are often the best.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like nothing changed at all?
This song is another cult classic, this time from 2013, a song that placed and put Bastille on the map. I mean, I knew them from FIFA, and only FIFA. But Pompey's an overplayed track, but its affection is simple. It's got a good beat, catchy lyrics, it's fun, solid, and it's joyous. It makes you feel joyous, it makes you feel good. But we can make this track feel even more joyous. How about a track that has an elevated build-up? We can add some more filters and effects and do some further reconstruction to the original track, and you may get a remix that sounds a little bit like this.
You've been here before. How am I gonna be an optimist about this?
Or a remix that sounds a little bit like this. Both these remixes give you elevation. The Alden remix is the most recognisable remix, obtaining over 25 million views on the YouTube channel page Proximity. It has been used in many live shows and events, and it sticks to the foundations of the original, while adding some new and exciting sounds and giving the track slightly more power, and even moving slowly into a new genre, with the drum and bass featuring in the chorus. The Cat Crazy remix is equally impressive, however a slight difference is the use of instrumentation, as it uses violins and symphonies in the interpretation while sticking to the foundations of the original. And these remixes are simply adding extra units and parts to give the listener a new viewpoint and feel to an already popular track. It's just simple little edits, simple little filters, a simple little remix to give the audience something to go and think to themselves, wow. Wow, 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 wow.
You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind.
Oh, it's the meme, it's the huge meme.
You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time to keep you off my mind.
This awesome track from Tableau is timeless. It's chilling music at its best. It's got a nice tempo, it's slow and steady. It almost makes you want to, when you're listening to it, hop from side to swing to the powers of the music. Yeah. But this original track is nice. But would you like this track maybe faster, at a higher pitch, with new instruments that give you a whole new dimension to the track? Well, this is the original track of Tableau Habit.
Staying in my play pretend where the fun ain't got no end.
And now the remix.
You're gone and I gotta stay high all the time to find all the time to find all the time to keep you off my mind.
This is just a perfect example of how a remix, in my opinion, is frankly just better than the original. The original is good, but this remix just works in every single aspect. It gives me the same codes and conventions that the original possesses, but there's an element of sadness in the song, in both the original and the remix. Someone who is lost and searching for something. But what is different in the remix, I can dance and go wild. It makes me feel alive, empowered. The music sounds better, stronger, more stylish. And the remix is clever because it remains a part to the original but can become a whole new track on its own. Like, you can hear the original track and love that, and hear the remix and love that, and they're two separate things even though they're closely linked together. And even though I think that the remix is better than the original, you might be sitting here and actually prefer the original to the remix. Well, if you don't believe me or you think that the original is better than the remix, then that's cool. But let me just leave you with this stat. So on YouTube, www.youtube.com, Tableau Habits, the original track, has 256 million views, while Tableau Habits Stay High, the Hippie Sabotage remix, has over 500 million views. That's right, there is 587 million views on the remix of Tableau Habits, and that is 331 million more than the original. So that was my top 5 best remixes of all time in my opinion. I showed you one remix which changes the style and tone to match a new genre, one which gives new meaning and can fit a new setting, one which modernises a classic tune, one which adds more firepower, and finally one remix that I think in my opinion is frankly better than its original. And remixing is great as it allows us to hear our favourite tracks and tunes that you love in a whole new way. And I say that the more artists look to remix tracks and give us more songs that are already in the public consciousness and ones that we have affection and love for, and see them and showcase them in a brand new way, I can say the more remixing, the merrier, I should say. So that is the end of the video. I really hope you've enjoyed it. Please let me know what you thought it down in the comment section below and tell me your favourite remix ever. If you want to hear and see some of my more favourite remixes, then check out the first season of the DJ Bagpuss show. Also check out my playlist, my music playlist, because I have plenty of remixes on there, and those were just my favourite 5, but I love all kinds of remixes. You can see both of them in the best of DJ Bagpuss and in the 100 best songs ever. Both the playlists are available on my channel, and please make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, check out my other great content as well. And until next time, this is DJ Bagpuss signing out, and I shall speak to you all later. Take care, and I shall see you all soon.